A very good afternoon to you and many thanks for joining us. You're watching news updates coming to you live on Politics and Business Television Abuja. I am Omike Joseph Matthew. The West African Examinations Council WAEC has announced the full implementation of its digital certificate services system, WAEC DigiCert, across its 5 member countries. The announcement is contained in a statement by the head of public affairs, WAEC headquarters, Accra, Ghana, Damienus Ojijiogo, on behalf of the registrar. The member countries are Gambia, Ghana, Liberia, Nigeria, and Sierra Leone. According to Ojijiogo, the Digital Certificate Services Platform is a mobile and web-based application designed to provide stakeholders with seamless access to digital versions of original certificates. He added that users could also recover lost WAEC examination numbers through the system, while enjoying guaranteed authenticity and significant cost benefits. He also assured that the innovation would not disrupt the printing and issuance of physical certificates, urging the public to download the mobile application or visit its official website and social media platforms for further information. Ex-presidential candidate Peter Obi on Monday visited Kadokuchi in Abuja to campaign for candidates of the African Democratic Congress ahead of the Federal Capital Territory Council election. The election for the election of chairmen and councillors in the FCT area councils will come up on Saturday, February 21, 2026. In the video, a large crowd gathered to welcome Obi in the area. They were heard chanting slogans and expressing support for the ADC. Voices in the crowd could be heard repeatedly saying, "Our vote must count." The campaign is aimed at mobilizing voters in communities across the FCT ahead of the polls. Meanwhile, the Supreme Court of Nigeria has declared Joshua Ishaku as the candidate of the All Progressives Congress for the 2026 Buhari Area Council Chairmanship election in a split 4-1 decision delivered on Monday. Justice Jamilu Yamama Tukur set aside the earlier majority ruling of the Court of Appeal Abuja Division, which had recognized Haruna Audi as the party's candidate. The Apex Court upheld the dissenting judgment of Justice Okunabang. The Supreme Court resolved all issues in favor of Ishaku, ruling that the appellate court was wrong to conclude that his suit was statute barred. The justices held that Ishaku had been denied fair hearing and the opportunity to properly present his case. The court further noted that the dispute went beyond ordinary internal party matters. On the question of whether Ishaku also have exhausted internal party remedies before approaching the court, the Apex Court ruled that the principle of internal party affairs is not absolute. It held that where party guidelines, constitutional rights, or provisions of electoral acts are violated, the courts can intervene. The justices added that it is usual the losing party in a primary election that must exhaust internal dispute mechanism, not the declared winner. For the 5th time in 2026, distillers under the umbrella of the Food, Beverages and Tobacco Senior Staff Association on Tuesday picketed the office of the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control (NAFDAC), protesting the continued selling of their companies over the ban on sachet alcohol beverages and BET bottles below 200 ml. Workers, including both junior and senior staff, barricaded the agency's office along the Oshodi-Apapa Expressway, disrupting activities. The protesters carried placards with messages such as Tinubu does not want jobs to be lost, stop destroying local manufacturers, and NAFDAC should release products put on hold. In large numbers, they chanted solidarity songs and prevented vehicles from gaining access to the premises, intensifying pressure on the regulatory body. The demonstration is linked to the ongoing controversy surrounding the enforcement of the ban on small-sized alcohol packaging, while protesters insist that the federal government directed the suspension of the enforcement. NAFDAC Director General Mojisola Adeyeye stated that no official communication to that effect had been received. The union had earlier warned that it would escalate protests if the ban was not lifted. And that will be all for now. I am Omike Joseph Matthew. Do have a lovely day. Bye.